And no one's still finding the perfect lines. Chris, be careful.
Try hard.
He's even like, oh.
This is the lane to watch right now. There
Yeah.
is so much micro exchanging going on here.
It's like I don't want to take my eyes off it, but at the same time, Schofield. Solo's playing around with him, and no one's got the Invis rune. Chris needs some regen. The courier's all. He's actually walking back to base. Keep in mind, he's only managed to get 5 souls.
This is a lane lost right there.
Yeah.
Well, at least Tusk will go and grab some experience meanwhile.
No, but this is not the way he wanted to come in towards mid. He wanted to come in with Snowball, getting aggressive, battling it out. Roger. Maybe this time you can put those open wounds to work. But Ancient Apparition's the one taking the damage. In fact, a lot of damage. Roger, that's a kill.
Feed that lance.
Like Schofield's actually waiting around for Chris to give him bottle charges. It's like
Good start for VP overall in the lanes.
Yeah.
Sound strategy.
And imagine this mid lane if he didn't have the first blood on SF. He did use some mana to get that first blood, but the gold he got in return was clearly outweighing the mana cost.
This is a really nice observer ward. They don't look to block up the camps. Instead, they understand that Infamous do play that rotating, aggressive kind of style. So they just watch the rune area. Watch that rotation in. Means Tuskar can't gank the lane. Meanwhile, back at Chris, hitting raises into refractions. Not always what he's looking for. Like even with the raise stacks, he's got a mango he can consume again if he wants to go for the max raise. And oh, no one's got his refraction up. I feel like no one's baiting him, just playing him around, and no one should know. He plays like he is an SF expert.
Yep. Chris used his last raise mana there. He has a Fairy Fire to try to bait with.
You have to bring no one underneath the tower to make that work, but no one's already got refraction charges available.
Bottom rune. Oh, that's such a big rune.
That's a regen.
That's huge.
If Chris can take this, and there's the Fairy Fire, Mango consumption #1, he needs the distance, and then the raise, he got the kill! He actually claimed no one! Let the tips rain from above! But he doesn't get the regeneration rune. Solo moved up to take that.
Dude, that was sexy, man. That was such a big outplay.
Oh, this actually just feels like the 1v1 competition. Just the way you want it to be. Singer's in trouble up on the top lane. Roger's done in damage, able to really help out. K1 can't do enough to return into Roger, however, and Schofield really a non-influence.
Try hard.
Whisper, or sorry, not Whisper. Chris Luck really wanted to double raise the mid wave and then suicide to tower, but no one glyphed the wave. So the second raise got blocked, and therefore SF didn't want to suicide, and now they instead TP in the AA to refill the bottle. Surprised he isn't salving him, actually.
That would have been a lot nicer.
But maybe they're gonna send SF up for a bounty rune. Don't think he's gonna... No, he can't get a bounty rune. All of them are gone. 4 runes for VP.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do not control this map at all, Infamous. Movement times from Infamous. It's too much trying to support the lanes directly. They can't move out from the side. Don't really worry about K1. These balls are making it so difficult for him to move. And he just rage and TPs back to the tier 1 tower. Like that's not a good scenario for your life stealer.
And this is one way you take advantage of AA. Oh,
Chilling touch going in towards Ramses. As much damage as you possibly can, but Solo's here too.
and Roger escaped top as well. He TP'd out. He's getting gone on by Lifestealer Tusk. Just TP's back to base, refills, and starts walking back to that top lane.
The rune's gonna be on bottom. No one with the TA trap. Looking to go after Chris. Hits with a Meld Strike, but no follow-up.
Sound strategy.
This is a couple of charges of refraction, and Chris knows he needs the bottle charges.
Oh, we might see an AA kill here.
Yeah, this is 5. Oh, the pro! Press the attack! Save his life! You got enough of the sound charges off that maybe Ramsey's torrent won't be enough. Stingers on the other side of the tree lines, but they're in pretty deep, and here comes your hater and Chris Luck looking for the kill over on Solo. Bring him up to max souls. It only brings him up another 3, but Kunkka trapped inside the shard. Do you just want to hold him here? Let Chris finish the job? Nah, Whisper wants it.
Those shards were really good.
And then they get efficiency shrines. 4 heroes together into a 4 smoke.
And a bottle refill.
Can they just, like, just everyone snowball to no one? As one!
Yeah.
As one! Shards, something.
He's waiting.
Yep, here it comes. Flies up. Now the snowball brings the SF in. They have to burn through the refraction charges. Meanwhile, life still does die up on top lane. Guys, here we go. Chris got him. And looks like it will be Whisper who has to rotate up towards the top lane. Probably the only hero strong enough to battle against this all. Tries to dodge it back beautifully. Runs over the top of the LSA. There's more support running up the river. Goldfeld coming in with the help of Stinger. The duel is out. Need a little bit more damage to snowball forward. There might be RG just enough. No, they can't get the duel victory. Roger into the trees. He's got TP available. We have to hit a secondary stun to be able to get this off. But Whisper's got the reach with the blades. Doesn't stop the rest of Virtus Pro moving forward. Pasha and Solo looking to work together once more. And Chris, raise number 1, raise number 2. Have they got a follow through? Yes, they do. Overwhelming odds doing the work, but the Shards can't lock in Pasha. Like how Roger waited this out. Didn't want to reveal himself instantly, so now they can battle against, well, the lifesteal. He's used both his defensive abilities, Rage and Infest.
Now Hector's level 6, so he'll be able to sustain himself much better every 100 seconds with that Infest.
That's a nice triple stack.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, they're really setting up Chris for success here. Gonna be shrining up with Tusk. Imagine SF will kind of stick around this half jungle, half mid lane, but they should also try to get some experience over on the AA. So maybe put AA mid a little bit, play safe, don't get killed by the TA, and just get whatever experience you can.
Dire's middle tower.
A nice little bonus 25.
Keep those sentries down to get rid of the side traps. Make sure Virtus Pro can't easily find around mid, but de-warding has begun. Solo with, I'll say an efficiency tango, but he's already 100%. It's another group up for a smoke. They actually don't have one at the moment, not on the sports.
Getting friendly with Dire's bottom tower.
What do you do when you have yourself a pause? Sorry, we just needed to stop to spam some lines and then we get back into the game.
That doesn't happen again.
Pretty much.
And Whisper's still getting a lot of space up here on the top lane as the Legion. Obviously no duel victory, but definitely spells good news for Infamous if he can get both the Blink and the Blade Mail up and running. Great way just to get most of the VP heroes to kill themselves. While Chris is going for a Yule Scepter style build. Kind of wondering like if that's what he wanted to try and get, like just if it's meant to be for a defensive kind of nature, if he's meant to be aggressive with it. It's problematic against a Templar Assassin with refraction charges to try and go for that wind-up combo.
Well, each line is an instance of damage, right?
True. Goldfeld tried to be sneaky, getting it around. Creepy. Could have been that too. Around the back of the tower.
I mean, imagine you walk into a dark alley and the first thing you see is a Tusk with his goggles. The monocle. That's pretty creepy. Walking around the forest, chilling.
Let me educate you.
Yeah, I guess.
Roger, TP out. Chris, the damage output. By getting that last raise in and then K1's poor swipe.
But okay, so to follow up on the Requiem thing, I believe, is it, okay, SF makes 1 line per 2 souls he has. So currently he makes 18 lines, and that means the TA can block 6 out of 18. So it can block 1/3 of the damage of Requiem, unless I'm missing something here. Because I think every line is 1 instance of damage, and they don't all get dealt in the same server tick. But maybe, I don't know. I'm actually not 100% on this. If they do get dealt in the same tick, then Refraction kind of owns it.
I'm 0% on this, but I guess we may get an example in just a bit. Everyone's grouping up. It's currently 5v4 in mid. The only one who's not there is the Lifestealer. He's still just getting the last bit of gold to finish up the Hand of Midas. But just with a little bit of show of power from Infamous, Virtus Pro will back off.
Yep, I hold their tower, half HP.
Alright, Midas on the way. So just over 11 minutes for K1 to get him. Top 3 net worth currently belonging to Infamous. Chris Luck. Like he's already got his Yule Scepter up and running. Legion Commander. Instead working towards the Blink Dagger. Went for just a couple of extra utility items early on. They instantly bring K1 to the top lane now. Mainly because Whisper's already gone jungle. Does feel like there's too much of the jungle to farm up. Nice loser tag. I still can't believe this is actually in the game of Dota.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly is the thing?
It's a Legion commander that lost a duel.
Ah. The patch on the eye and the broken tooth. Okay.
And they even have LC in the game. Excellent.
All memes are
Is
really
this,
alive.
are they making a play here? No, they were kind of grouping up bottom with multiple heroes, but they're not going to do anything with it.
You know, Infamous are one of these teams where you watch them play, like, time and time again. It's like, oh, I think I know what they're going to do, and then they do the complete opposite. Everything makes it look like it should run this way, and then it doesn't. Torrent's going to miss on K1. Ramsey just tried to go for the blind one from the other side of the tree line. It does bring the TP of Whisper.
Oh, they're baiting. They want them to roar him.
Yeah. Wait for the press the attack. Is there something? No, not going to happen. Just raging up. Turns to take out the creep wave. That's 4 heroes up on top. The Ice Blast should be able to connect onto Ramses as well as Pasha. Even with the Torrent and the Tidebringer connecting, Rod just wants to get the Laguna Blade hit into Lifestealer, but it won't happen. Press the attack's giving him more than enough life. The dive will continue. Beastmaster Hawk gives them fantastic vision. Kunkka going for the bow combination. They go on the right target, the Legion Commander. The Roar, it does come out now. Now the Legion is gone. K1 will infest into the creep, very quickly killed off. Wants to try and outrun them with the phase boots. Cannot do so, disruption from Solo. He actually dies instantly upon reveal. Maybe this Ice Blast is able to do so. Wow, that's actually still going to hit hard, but there's nowhere near enough damage. It's a level 1 Ice Blast.
They might still defend the tower. I think if Shadow Fiend just comes in here and raises once, that's it. They're too low to stick around. But yeah, good kills. 2 core kills for VP in that instance. And that's all the Hawk. Honestly, that's all the Hawk.
Yeah.
The vision gives them the confidence that they can go for it, and then they also get the roar out toward the end on the lifesteal as he's TPing out. So very nicely done by Pasha, making that possible.
Man, they're moving so fast between the lanes, Infamous. Like, they're always burning TPs when they're off cooldown. Chris will get himself an Illusion Rune. The Blink Dagger is going to come out too. So Blink, Yule's Requiem. Like, who becomes your primary target? Like, actually, is it just no one? Is that the one he goes on? We actually put this to the test?
We'll see. I have this feeling that theoretically, if you place yourself perfectly under the Yules and your Requiem, they might all deal damage so close to each other in time that refraction works. But if you're a little bit off to the side, they're slightly delayed from each other, but then they don't all hit. So I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. It might happen in the game, it might not. If he doesn't ever try for it when refraction is up, I think that answers the question.
They're trying it right now. Refraction is up. Blink, Yules. Yep. And wind up, and boom. It's, okay, I'm actually uncertain really what happened there. We'll have to do slow motion, but Ted's have to lose his life for this. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off. They're worth so much. It may actually be a second as well. That Tusker kind of trapped. The snowball will delay this. And they will continue the fight down after, so, oh, well, man, he's really making the work for this. He's got Shard Spell, so he can actually block him out. The active fly forward. Solo's already found that kill. And meanwhile, Ancient Apparition was going up for the bounty rune, and Roger will get the kill on him.
I think TA blocked a bit of them.
We'll have it in slow motion after this push over on mid. Whisper, Blink into all the overwhelming odds. That was so joined up. X marks spot will bring it back in again. Still got 8 stick charges, make it 9 now for Whisper. He can tank through it all. So everything should settle down for the bonus here. Let's have a quick look at this again in very slow motion. As slow as we can make it.
So he currently has, I think he has 5 refraction right now. And that Requiem would, for other heroes with that health, would pretty much one-shot. So I think he just blocked the number of instances, so the number of lines. And in the meantime, back in live, AA has killed off the Kunkka. They got the kill in mid, combining with Yule's triple raise and Ice Blast.
No one. Stinger cannot do that. At least Chris is able to find himself a regeneration rune, but Ancient Apparition, the heavy sacrifice to no one. Oh, this game has been, well, this game's a lot closer than our previous series we've had today. Yep, 12 kills to 11 in 16 minutes. Everyone wants to just keep being aggressive. Legion Commander. There we go. Blink, duel, snowball, a lot of punch damage. They've already got the kill onto the SD. Dual victory wins. Raw trying to actually now free up the life stealer. Perfect shards. Roger's trapped in. He'll get one Laguna Blade off with minimal damage. No one. Great Yule Scepter. Here we go again from Chris. Wind it up. Try and hit it to no one. 4 heroes surround him. And Chris turns around for the one last raise to get the kill on no one. Regenning up to get back into this fight once again. The snowball forward. Hector, Scofeld, Whisper. Everyone wants to just keep running after kills. So the tier 1 tower, they can turn around for this. Objective-based gaming after taking the lives of Virtus Pro.
Really nice initiation. Killing off the Shadow Demon first like that with the duel makes the fight so much easier. That key save being gone just allows them to snowball down. They find the Lina off to the side as well. And you gotta say, VP, their positioning in this situation just not really up to par. Like, having Shadow Demon exposed like this and then Lina also being able to be a collateral just shouldn't happen. And Infamous punished them in a big way. That was a 4K gold swing, I think. And now, would you believe it? Okay, don't look at the win percentage. Tell me your guess. What do you think it is?
I'm going to go at 90.
90. Okay, that's a bit ambitious, but it's high.
84. It's 84.
84% with a 5K lead with
Scofeld
SF in the team.
Nice little dodge with the snowball. He still has to go over towards Roger. He doesn't survive this. In fact, he's just going to go underneath the tier 2 tower, into the trees. That was the only potential place he could TP away to safety. But hey, this is the way Infamous play. Supports just force the issue. I like how Stinger's also been on the opposite side of the map every single time. He just knows he needs the experience, needs the gold.
And it makes Ice Blast better too.
Yep.
So
increase that radius.
now 86. Okay, so the reason I'm surprised by this is that usually Shadow Fiends being ahead by some is not really necessarily that big of a deal because Shadow Fiends dying in the mid and late game often swings games a lot. So I was not expecting it to be this high. It's a 5K lead, which is definitely something, but it has to have something to do with the rest of the combination of the heroes with the Lifestealer as well as the Legion Commander and their scaling. And AA as a support has been looking really promising this tournament too. It's winning a lot.
Yeah. And I'm really loving these Observer Wards we're getting. So creative throughout this group stage. This little one seeing perfectly out the side. Watching the farm areas as well as watching the river rotations.
It's a good one.
It's anything which you can get a full duration. Like they dropped the sentry feeling like they were being watched anyway, and they're right.
It only works because this tree is cut, right? The one.
Yeah, that little, yeah, that one there.
If that tree isn't gone, I think this ward, and maybe, I mean, it seems like this.
Yeah, that. Hey, look at that teamwork.
Hey.
Oh, cool. I can't trigger my high five thing. Dire is scanning. They're thinking that Virtus Pro are thinking about Roshan, and rightly so. There's a Desolator over on the Templar Assassin. She does a hell of a lot of damage, and they can burn through Roshan quickly. I don't know if they can tank through Roshan as well.
Your Admiral is on board.
And Ramsey doesn't want to fight just yet. He's so close to finishing up the Radiance. He's TPing up to grab the Relic now. And just another 900-ish gold. If they can get a lot of these bounty runes, they'll be happy with that. Shards being planted. Skullfeld, he's coming down. He snowballs. Comes straight back out of it. Does manage to grab the bounty rune. I've been laughing if he could survive this as well. Turns around for a quick punch. Oh, no. Triggered the one charge. He's actually going to walk away with this.
He's so tanky. 1600 health, 2 bracers for the magic resistance. And yeah, he's fine.
Yep. And they got 2 of the bounty runes. I don't think K1 realized that that everyone was up on top. Now the duel, we're going to work. Ice Blast is coming in. The Raw's going to work too, but SD as well as Beastmaster hit by that Ice Blast. He's got that again, trying to walk this off. He won't be able to survive this time around. The Ship Torrent combination not going to work. Chris, is it time for a wind-up into the trees? BKB wind-up. Roger's right in front of him, trying to get the Templar Assassin to point-blank range, but he can't get it. He's just a little short. Now he's got some more. Runs up the hill and away. He's still double buybacks, one from either side. Pasha slowed up. The Torrent not going to connect on anything, but the defensive destruction from Solo, saving Pasha, but the shards will still block him in. Whisper trying to move on to the next target and let Golfbelt as well as K1 finish the job. Roger hiding inside the Roche pit. Chris knows it too. Hits him with the raise. Roger wants to deny to Roshan, but not possible. Whisper just jumps in. Now they want to keep this fight going. 4 seconds until duel is up. 6 seconds for the Blink Dagger as no one hides behind. The disruption to begin with. Good observer and sentry gives all the information the VP need. And they're just going to back out.
Honestly, it's a treat watching how Chris Luck is playing these fights on the edge with the SF. The thing he was going for there really It was a very cool idea. He had a regen rune in his bottle, so he had this feeling that he could just get enough mana while yuling up the TA to get the Requiem off fast, but he got cancelled multiple times by attacks as he was trying to bottle up. And then afterwards he's playing on the edge where he's trying to raise this Lina in the pit and blink away from one single TA attack that's going to fly him at the same time. Misses the raise, gets out, and then eventually they get back in and get that kill. But a lot of like really small, high mechanical skill plays coming out from him in this game, including the solo kill he found on mid to begin with. Let's not forget that one.
Yeah.
Against the TA. This is
yeah,
some good shit.
I kind of want to watch the highlight reel of it later. Nice double damage rune. This is always the Roshan enabler. You actually kind of wish someone from Infamous will poke their head into Roshan and kill off that TA trap. Because they put the sentry ward around the trap, they actually got the observer ward in the hill. It was not intentional. They just saw it as they were walking past it. But good vision game from Infamous. Always finding the D wards. They saw Templar Assassin farming for a little bit too. TA goes down the hill. Walk around the TA trap. Chris jumps in. Here's your Yule Scepter with a double damage. Requiem Assault. The timing is perfect.
Oh,
And then they jump forward. The duel snowball onto Lina. My god, they do so much damage. And then they go into the trees. Solo thought he was going to be safe. He thought wrong. With three heroes down and the end of the double damage rune, they now go in for Roshan. Half the damage, like half the duration of the double damage rune is still left.
Yeah, they're going to press the attack Shadow Fiend for that attack speed. Makes it that little bit faster.
Can Kunkka do anything about this? He's just pushing the wave. I think he's trying to go for the mid tower too, but he can't get both.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There goes. Mages for life stealer.
Terrific game for Infamous.
They're playing really good aggressive Dota. They're super fast at playing around each other, taking initiative, using smokes, making moves.
Hey Sin, what do you think the percentage is now? Without looking, obviously.
92?
Pretty close. It is 94%.
94, okay. I mean, to be fair, I did check it like 2 minutes ago and it was 90, so, you know. It's never the same the second time you ask. It's fun the first time because you sometimes have no idea, but like you can, at this point, you can kind of, you know.
Now you're actually keeping tabs on it, so it's a progression.
Not necessarily keeping tabs, but you can kind of guess at this point, like based on the previous marker. But when it's out of nowhere, sometimes it can catch you completely off guard what the actual win chance is.
So, okay, we'll be talking a lot about Infamous and how fantastic all these executions have been. How does VP play around this? How does VP, like, get control of at least what they want to do? I'm not going to say they get control of this game because it feels like Infamous just have every initiation ready.
I think the TA BKB was the first big step that they have now. Maybe you try to delay for her dagger too and then go with Beastmaster getting dagger as well. And you try to take the initiative with some big quick bursts, but you have to be wary of the two saves. You're playing against Snowball and the Legion Commander press, and you have to roar around that. So it makes the job of Pasha pretty difficult to execute in the game. It's not easy, but I don't see a better play than that. Like that's the best timing you're going to hit in the next 10 minutes is these two daggers. The Radiance, maybe Kunkka can get a BKB around the same time as well, and that's the timing.
Guess we'll find out. For the moment, the tier 2 towers trading out. Top lane for bottom lane. And NSF's already moving over towards the mid. They're just fortifying to slow down Infamous.
Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Radiant's bottom
Still feels
tower
like
is under
Chris is just absolutely unstoppable at the moment. 717 on his SF. 918 for the Legion Commander with plus 54 damage thanks to the duel.
Tusk playing aggressive, and anyone though.
Dire's top tower.
They'll find him in mid. Stinger wraps around the back. Here goes Chris once again. They look like they actually wanted them. They didn't. But here comes your shift combination. A punch back out. Tusk's caught him way too deep. And now Chris Luck into the BKB. He's kind of got a Requiem from inside the trees. VP all still a little too close, but they break the Aegis to the Immortal. What do you want to do, Whisper? You can press the attack, potentially break him free of the initial stun. He sends up in the air now, back down again with the Light Strike Array, able to connect. While K1 into the back lines, takes care of the SD. Up he goes again. Chris Luck needs a little bit more distance. Can't get the bubble charges off because VP are right on top of him. One after the other now is Infamous. We're feeding over to Virtus Pro. Whisper wants to help out. He's starting the duel against that many players. That's not a victory for him. That's a victory for no one. Plus 26. I don't know.
I'm wondering why they backed. Okay, so I think SF jumped in on this Kunkka. He BKB'd, dueled him, and wanted to wreck him, and he was like, he's gonna get disrupted. But if you trust in yourself and you time this perfectly, look at this. That Kunkka is dead. Maybe he was gonna get roared. He actually backs off away from the roar. That's why. He's scared of getting roared, so he backs off. He saves his BKB for now, actually. He didn't use it on the initial jump. Now he has to use it defensively, walks back. Whisper has duel the whole fight, doesn't use it. They're waiting, and then they're waiting a little more. And, well, if you don't use your spells like this, eventually VP are going to overpower you. And that was a huge win for VP, and now they're going to keep snowballing off it. They might find another AA kill here. Yep.
Perfectly read by Roger. Golfeld, however, looking for a bit of a rebuttal. And he'll be able to claim it. Nice solo kill. Everyone's worth so much money.
Yeah, I'm just a bit shocked actually, because this is kind of the Infamous that in the past that we've kind of been used to seeing, with like crazy overextension, sometimes making very bad decisions, and then in this event they've just been playing really good Dota, and that was kind of a little bit of a remnant of the past that just snuck in, and that almost swung the goal by 10k.
Reminds me of like the way Na'Vi used to play. It's like, hey guys, like we're just so great, like we're just winning this game so much. Let's just keep going. Oh wait, no. But then again, Na'Vi would have committed to the initial jump. Like you blink in your BKB, you Requiem on the SF, and you actually take that fight underneath the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and even if you get roared, then
you still go for it.
Yeah, you probably still try and fight after. But yeah. That was a bit crazy. And VP are back in the game because of this. The game was almost closing in on the end, but
81%
mistakes can
now.
always happen. Mid lane again, forced to BKB. So he's down to 7 seconds now on the Shadow Fiend of Chris Luck. It still looks good for Infamous. It's not like they threw their entire lead away and now we're back to square one, but a big part of the advantage that they had has dwindled. Gotta be careful not to make too many of these mistakes.
It's the enabling of no one, in my mind. Like, no one's able to jump in there and get a quick kill. His item progression's looking a lot better now. Like, not just the BKB and Dessa, the MKB is totally done 29 minutes in. And Pasha has blink, so he can just potentially blink away. Because he doesn't blink away, that should already be a big indicator that they're looking to try and fight. But there's that damage from no one we're talking about, right into Stinger. Ramsey's helped out as well to get that one, and you just can't do this. And Solo's found another target. Lifesteal is still just farming over in the jungle, and the sun, he'll rage up. Feels confident. Solo, is there a stun? There is. Blink forward from Pasha, connects to the Roar, and with Laguna Blade damage, K1 will fall.
All right, now they need to stop throwing. Now it's enough. I think that's where we're at now. That's the limit. Oh boy. It's like night and day. This whole game, they've been amazing.
First 15 minutes versus the second 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
Actually,
first 27 against last 3. They have messed up in 3% of the game and lost 80% of their lead.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And VP are just gonna hunt them.
VP
VP are momentum team. When they're feeling it, they're gonna go for it. There you go.
Yeah.
Case in point. Next kill.
But watch him chase. Watch him chase. Chris blinks forward. Raise number 1, but no one into the BKB. That's why you weren't seeing Chris going for the Requiem.
That was an AA buyback as well, so that kind of felt like 2 kills.
Yep. And it's still all 4 bounties, I believe. Yeah, it was. All 4 bounties to Virtus Pro.
TI is magical, man. Things just happen.
Yeah, like all the comebacks from Megas. Like we had another one because like Newbie was able to do it today. But the crazy 1v5 from Arteezy yesterday. And now we have normal item builds on support 4s with 4-staff Ether Lens and Aghanim Scepters Lenas for 30 minutes into the game. It's like, sure.
Yeah, that's a key item to point out, because with this axe, they have the easy kill potential over on the lifestealer. If he gets down below half, he can die. Shadow Fiend now has the Lincolns complete, so it will be harder on him, but they can still remove it with Demonic Purge if they want to. So yeah, these Lincolns are good, but there are removal tools. They can choose which ulti they want to burn to unlock the other one. There's Demonic Purge, there's Roar, there's Laguna, all three of them currently piercing BKB and Rage. So, man, this game just got exciting.
Well,
anything can happen now.
It definitely got interesting. There's no doubt about that. But Infamous just have to get back on board. Afro, hello, Tusker, blinks up into the trees. They're chasing him. Tark, he needs to come through the tree. He can't do it. He's trapped. X marks up once again. He can shard and try and block him back out again, but Roger will connect on the LSA. As 4 heroes from Virtus Pro being committed to get that kill, that is still buying some space for the rest of Infamous. And Roshan is alive and a big option. But also for Virtus Pro. Tuskar's dead for 40 seconds. They can just go in. Does Infamous try this? Ice Blast is coming off. Well, actually, Ice Blast got sent to the bottom lane to push in the wave. That needed to go towards Roshan. No one's just going to rip apart Roshan. Vision's removed. Legion hiding under an Invis rune. Could potentially blink in. They don't know the timing, but here's that moment. Roshan 400 lives. They go for the duel over on the SD. No one's already got the Aegis Immortal and the Cheese available with the torrent connecting. You've lost your Legion Commander so fast. Infest and blink away. SF and Lifestealer will be able to survive. So they didn't contest Roshan. You got to buy back on the SD, and then they go to bottom lane. BT's down. They're going for the tier 3 towers. They'll force the buyback out. Stinger will die in the meantime. And the TPs into the trees. They're keeping themselves hidden. So Ramses waits for the second TP. He wants Roger to be there because he wants his surprise Laguna blade to connect it to the Lifestealer, and they're waiting him out. There's your Rage TP out. Can you Laguna and kill him? They're waiting for it, but it won't be enough.
Get Lincoln's ready.
That's
no
right.
breaker. They had no Roar and they had no Shadow Demon positioned with the Demonic Purge. If they did, that's death. They do get out. They got some good damage on the tower. 1/3 of it gone in that instance.
It still feels like a very interesting choice.
Yeah,
okay,
it's creative. I think that was a good play. In contrast to the last 5 minutes, a lot of things are a good play. That was a good play.
We'll take it.
Yep. Infamous gotta be... They need to regain composure now. They've lost so much control of the game. Kunkka with Cheese, Aegis on the TA.
The Vision game has also become a lot harder. If you actually look at the map, it looks like one of those like the things the streamers use, just like connect all the dots together for every single Sentry Ward that goes up through Roshan, up through the river and up through mid lane.
And no one decided to never go for Blink this game. He just moved on. We thought the timing they were waiting for was the Blink and BKB, but it was only the BKB on Kunkka at the time. They're going full on damage on TA, expecting that the team can set her up nicely enough. There's plenty of catch, so that's completely fine. They have X-Mark, Roar, Disruption.
Is he fine doing that against like Whisper? Like Whisper jumps in, duels, like, okay, well I'm just gonna Blade Mail.
He's gonna probably have a high chance of winning the duel. And if he does lose it, he has Aegis currently. And outside of that, there's always the Disruption against the duel and the Ghost Ship to help him survive. What do you think the win chances?
I'm gonna say like 65.
Give me your best guess.
And it's 63.
You still thought Infamous were favored?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I still think they're favored mainly because like the Lifestealer as well as the SF, like it's still burst combinations. The Legion control is still a big thing to look at. Like this is always an interesting choice. Let the Radiance burn, do the rest of it, but Whisper's hanging in the trees. But it allows for a 2/2 bounty rune control. There's also the Ancient Apparition. Like, I'm feeling like we're not feeling the influence of Stinger at all, but this Ice Blast should be putting VP in a little bit more of a world of fear, but I don't know.
He's just been dying a lot lately in the game. He dies too fast. He hasn't had the impact that he did in the first half of the game in the second one. You're right. These Ice Blast needs to connect, and he needs to be there for his team. His one item can change the game. 1 Force Staff.
Yep.
Can change everything if he's alive and in range.
And Skullfell could also save a hell of a lot of people too. Like a blink into a snowball save, you can come out at any time. You got 4 stars for repositioning too.
Oh, VP are pressuring them hard here.
Yeah, they are. They've come up. Yeah, no one does too much damage too quickly. There is the disarm. And even the illusion's pushing in the mid lane. X marks spot, Ramsey can move in. No one ripping apart that range Rax. He's protected by the refraction and the X mark pullback.
Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall.
But he's also got the Aegis Immortal. That's the biggest thing for him. The E-Blade pickup now from the SF. He's still in mid lane. Chris is not here ready to fight. And because no one's just so damn strong, you can E-Blade pop him. Start stacking up the razors. Burn through no one. He's got no refraction charges, so Scofield, he'll jump himself in. Defensive disruption. K1 looking to get to the back lines. No one perfectly trapped up by the shards. Remember, it's going to be the Aegis Immortal. Chris now has to BKB and let the Requiem go. Oh, he wants to kill off Lina in the back lines. Is he going to raise? He's only done one. Now blinked himself away to safety. The top rack is gone.
That time he definitely could have Requiem though, because this time Roar and Demonic Purge were used, and he still had his Lincolns ready.
Dire's top shrine.
Still didn't want to go for it.
They just keep... so he wants to go for bottom lane again.
Shrine is fallen.
Move as quick as you can, push out the other way. The creep wave's going in through the top now.
VP got what they came for. Sure, they lose their Aegis, but they got a full lane of barracks. TA sitting on 8,000 gold. He's going to hit even harder with this Daedalus coming up in just a moment. Nope, never mind, changed his mind. He's probably going to go, is this a Manta? Is it Lincoln's? Or, okay, it's nothing.
It's a Satanic.
Satanic. He changed his mind completely once again.
Because nothing is stable in this game.
Not sure how much I like this Satanic, though. The status resistance is good against a lot of these stuns and the duel, I suppose, but...
The Ice Blast connects.
Yeah.
Your timing can be really, really bad, but again, there's more pressure on Stinger.
It is, but it's also a more clean choice. Now you counter the 6k item, and you feel extra good about hitting the Ice Blast on this guy.
VP are ready to fight in mid, but the top lane is still pushing in. They have to send the SF back, and that's going to be a pretty open ticket for Virtus Pro to fight.
Hawk.
The TA trap sees Stinger. The Hawk's just seeing everything, and a quick blink away from Whisper. What are you doing, K1? So he wants to try and turn a fight. SF's TPing down to the bottom wave, and they might find that opening over on Pasha, dropping him low. Defensive destruction. Chris is still waiting for the perfect opportunity. The Razor timing wasn't great, and the back line is where the real hit comes onto the Legion Commander. She's already down. The defensive snowball came way too late. Stinger's TP out will be successful. The rest of Infamous are trapped behind. The Roar is there to nail down the SF. They got through the Lincoln Sphere. And K1, he wants to Radiance burn down Solid with the defensive disruption and the distance. He's got the life. Break the Lincolns once again. Snowball just by a little bit of extra space, but back into the TA trap. Rage is coming off cooldown in just a second. And that'll let him move a little bit faster. He's not doing the TP, however. The Lincoln Sphere wasn't there to protect once more. These fights are so weird.
Chris didn't Requiem, and they mistimed a couple of things there. So the Ice Blast that was supposed to hit the Beastmaster, they let it fly over the top so the disruption could complete, but then he still fired it too early so he didn't get clipped, and he could blink. And the Shadow Demon didn't Requiem. He missed his last 2 raises on the Beastmaster that he committed to kill. And yeah, it just seems like they're not that confidence that they had earlier.
Yeah.
Just go for it and hit all their spells. They're second guessing themselves. That's really what it looks like.
Yep. Infamous trying to be as aggressive as they can. Just trying to delay this buyback on the SF, but if you're going to use it, you may as well use it now, and that's exactly what happens. Ramsey's under the tier 3 tower. Tusker trying to get in close. There's the E-Blade pop and defensive disruption once again. SD makes it difficult. Lifesteal losing life quickly. Here comes your Ice Blast. It's so small, however. It will clip the back of the TA, but she's protected by the BKB. Doesn't take the blast, but will have the chill effect. And, well, goodbye, Tusker. Drags back down again, and look at Beastmaster Pasha. He has Raw, but that's very, very aggressive. Another bash off the back of the melt. The duel is out, but it won't be enough. E-Blade pop trying to actually protect the Legion, but she's already down the Requiem. It's so far away. I need a binoculars to see that ability. That's GG. Infamous are calling it. All the confidence is gone. And VP will take game 1. That was a swing. What was it? 92, 94%?
94.
94. Oof. Well, we just proved the 6%.
I kind of feel bad. I'm sitting here with this feeling of, man, that's gotta suck.
Infamous,
you know?
Infamous were really earning that. They were totally earning that, but they also earned the loss.
Exactly. That's what you gotta point out, right? They earned the win, and then in the end, they ruined it for themselves. I don't feel like, at the point of the 94-6, if you're the defending team that's having a really hard game,